Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today this is Seam Right by P. Today we are going to learn how to draft a shirt collar. Okay, if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive more videos like this each week. Share this video to family and friends. Drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestion as well. Alright, so to draft this shirt collar today, I'm going to create my collar stand first. And to create my collar stand, I'm going to draw a straight line. As you can see, this is my straight line. And I'm going to divide this line into two. Okay, this is my center line. And I'll be naming it my shoulder line. This is my shoulder line. Okay. So at this shoulder point now, I'm going to take the measurement of my neckline for the back. This is my neckline for the back of this outfit. So I already have 3.4 inches here. I took my measurement this way from the point of the center back, as you can see. I took it all the way to this point. That is how I got my 3.4 inches. So I'm going to place my tape from the point of my shoulder line or shoulder point, and I'm going to make a mark of 3.4 inches, and I'll be naming this 3.4 inches point my center back. Now I'm going to pick up my front neckline of this outfit. So my front neckline, I'm going to take the measurement of my front neckline. As you can see, I have 4.9 inches. I also took my measurement this way. You can see I have 4.9 inches. So I'm going to transfer this 4.9 inches starting from the shoulder line. I'm going to place my tape this way, coming to this direction. So I'm taking 4.9 inches from that point. This is my 4.9 inches. So I'm going to name here my center front. So the next action I'm going to take, since I have my center back, I have my center front, I'm going to place my tape at 1.25. Okay, so I'm going to come up by 1.25 from this line of my center front. So I'll be placing my ruler. I will square the line to 1.25 inches. So this is my 1.25 or 1/4 inches. So having done that, I'm going to connect my center back to my shoulder line, and at this point of my center back, I'm connecting it. Is going to be a straight line, as you can see. But from this point of my shoulder line, I'm going to keep my pattern master in this direction. Can you see that? Can you see how I'm placing it? For I need it to touch the shoulder line and also touch the center front line. You can see the shape I have here now. So at this point of this 1.25 inches, I'm going to place my tape in an angle of 45 degrees. Okay, you can see how I'm placing my tape at an angle of 45 degrees, or I'll slant it a little bit to get 1.25. So I'll be making my mark at 1.25. So at this point, it depends on the width of your collar stand you want to use. Okay, but 1.25 is standard. Some might decide to take 1 inch, but whatever thing you take here is going to reflect at your center back. So at this point, I have 1.25 again, and now I'm going to draw my line from that point in a slanted form. So having done that, I'm going to place my tape at the center back to get 2.5. I'm measuring 2.5 inches. As you can see, I have my mark. And having done that, I'm going to place my tape perpendicular, and I will draw my line this way. You can see. So I want to take this measurement again. This is to make sure I have the accurate measurement. This is 2.5 inches. So from this point of the center back, I'm going to take the measurement of my center back collar stand as 1.5 inches. So at the point of this 1.5 inches, I'm going to connect this point to this point. And I'm going to place my pattern master in the same way I placed it here. It has to be parallel to that, as you can see, to this point. Then I'll raise it up a little bit. Can you see that? Alright, then I'm going to connect my line. Now the next thing I want to show you is there's a usual beautiful curve that shirt collars usually have at the front here. To create that beautiful curve, I'm going to make use of this my button extension. The measurement of this my button extension is 1.25. You can have some button extensions can be 1 inch, some can be 0.8 inches. It depends on what you are making. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm taking the measurement of 1.25. So at this 1.25, I'm going to place my pattern master. You can see how I'm placing it to extend that line to 1.25 or 1/1/4. You can see. So I'm going to place my tape to ensure I have 1.25. Okay, that is exactly at 1.25. Then I'm going to flip my pattern master to touch this point and touch this point to create that beautiful line. You can see that beautiful curve. You see the curve is already there. So the next thing I'm going to do is to connect this line to this line. Why are we doing this? Because we want to create our shirt collar right now. So to create that shirt collar, I need to connect the remaining 1 inch. Remember, this is one from here to here. This point, I have 1.5 inches. And from here to here, I'm working with 1.25. So if you want to have a smaller collar stand, maybe of 1 inch, it means you are going to take away 0.25 or 1/1/4 here. Okay, so you'll be having 1.25 here since you have 1 inch here. But since I'm working with 1.25, I added another 1/4 of an inch to this, which is 1.5. So I'm going to label this. This is my collar stand. All right, so to create the collar, the shirt collar, I'm going to connect this line with a broken line. Can you see that? I have connected my line with a broken line. So whatever measurement you have here, okay, that is the measurement I'm going to impute to extend this shirt collar. You can see I have 1 inch. I'm going to place 1 inch back, which I have placed, and I'm going to extend this line to 1 inch. Okay, I have my 1 inch extension. All right, so I'm going to connect this point I extended by 1 inch to this point, and I'm placing my pattern master in a curvy form. Okay, you can see how I placed it. So I'm going to curve my line. So having done that, I'm going to create my collar, my shirt collar right now. And this collar, I have 2 inches for it. 2 inches is standard, but if you want to increase it, it depends on your style. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to increase this by 2 inches, as you can see. So having increased this as 2 inches, I'm going to place my tape on the point of these 2 inches. I'm going to move in by 8.5 or 9 inches, which is standard also. But for this tutorial, I'm going to make use of 9 inches for that. Okay, so you can see my point of 9 inches at this point. So let me square this line to that point. Okay, this is 9 inches. The point is 9 inches. So at this point of 9 inches, I'm going to connect this point to that 9 inches. You can see I already have my collar ready. But sometimes you notice that most collars have some beautiful pointy shape at the end of the collar also. Like I said, it depends on what you want to create. So I'm going to extend this line a little bit to my desired. Alright, so at this point you can just come out by 0.75 or half an inch. Okay, let me go by half an inch. Then you can come up also by 0.75 at this point. Okay, then at this point you can connect this line to this line. This is to create a beautiful collar shape. Okay, then you'll be blending. Can you see that? You'll be blending that point of 0.75 to this color. You can see how beautiful it's looking there already. Okay, so whatever thing you want to do at your collar stand, you are free at your collar. This is your collar, the main collar. So the next thing we are going to do is to cut off this collar, place on our fabric, add our seam allowances on the fabric, stitch this collar, and then finally show you the outcome. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do before adding my seam allowances is to cut off this pattern. Okay, and I want you to watch how I'm cutting this pattern. You can see how I'm cutting. Please watch what I'm doing. This is important. So you can see how I cut the pattern. Then I'll come over here and I'm going to cut. Alright, this is my collar stand now. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to cut off my collar itself. So I want you to watch the lines I'm cutting through. You can see I'm cutting through this line. Okay, so I'm going to cut through this line. Now I have my collar. Okay, so this is my collar and this is my collar stand. Can you see that? So now that I have my collar and my collar stand, I'm going to place this on my fabric. Then I'm going to cut it. So remember, I'm going to cut this on fold. This is to be cut on fold and this is to be cut on fold. So that means I'm going to fold my fabric at this point. Then I'm going to cut and add my 0.5 inch seam allowance. But I won't be adding any seam allowance there because it will be cut on fold. But I'll add 0.5 all through this way. Then I'll bring it for you to see. Alright, you can see what I have now after adding my seam allowances all through this collar and the collar stand. This is exactly what I have now. So I'm going to open it up. You can see I've taken away my pattern right now. I want to mention to you that you need to notch these points. You can see I notched it. Let me zoom my camera for you to see. You can see the notches. You can see them. Okay, so these notches will really guide you to join the collar stand and the collar itself. So I'm going to open it up right now, then pin it up and sew. Alright, I've opened up my collar stand and the collar itself. You can see I have two pieces of feet. Each of them I cut in two. As you can see, can you see that? There are two pieces of feet. This is another pieces of it also. Okay, so you can see I have my stay. Please, you need to stay it. Okay, and for one part of it we are also going to attach our collar stay to make sure we keep it in place. Now, all right, you can see I have my collar stay on one of my collars right now. It has been ironed and fixed firmly to it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to pin up my collar. Then I'm going to stitch it. All right, you can see I have my pins all over the areas I want to stitch for my collar. And you can see I've already marked my 0.5 inch all through with my chalk. You can see that. So I'm going to stitch on top of those chalk lines, okay, to get an accurate result. I'm done with my stitches right now. Okay, let me zoom my camera for you to see how I stitch it. You can see how I run my stitches, okay, so that I'll get this notch, I'll get this point sharp. Okay, you have to stitch to the end, then you stitch, cross your stitches. Okay, with my pins in place, I stitch on top of my pins so that in order for the two colors not to be shifting up and down. Okay, you can see that. So these are the tips and tricks to sewing a perfect collar. So I'm going to notch this collar right now. I'm going to place my notches around it to enable me turn it perfectly. Then I'll add my collar stand. All right, lovelies, I want to show you this very important thing to get a very sharp point at this collar end. You can see after stitching to the end and stitching to the end, I went to cut it off. Okay, just trim it, the excesses. Now I'm going to fold in. Okay, you can see how I'm folding this line in on the stitches. Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to also fold this part. Can you see? So I need to fold this part and this part together, okay, before I turn it. So I'm folding the two parts. I'll first of all fold this one in. You can see that. After doing that, then I'm going to fold this one in, okay, then I'll turn it to get a sharp point. All right, lovely, you can see what I have for this collar right now. You can see I top stitched. I'm zooming my camera for you to see. You can see how I ran my stitches to this end and I took it all the way to this other end. You can see that now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do after achieving this collar right now is to place my collar stand. You can see my collar stand. I'm placing my collar at the right side and my collar stand at the right side also. So I'm going to flip this collar. Okay, can you see that? All right, so I flipped it to the collar stand, making sure that I have my notches at the right place. So that is why I said you need to have your notches accurately fixed. Now you are going to take the right side of this collar. Okay, this is the wrong side and this is the right side of the other collar stand. So I'm going to place this right side. Okay, you can see how I'm doing it. The side that I have my stay is up, so I'm going to pin this to this end, pin up to this end also. Then I'm going to run my stitches from this point. I'm going to take my 0.5 stitches all through this point. Let me do that and bring it for you to see. All right, you can see I have my pins. You can see my pins all over the area I need to stitch. So I'm going to go to my machine right now and I'm going to stitch at 0.5 all through to the end. But I want to mention something very important to you. You know, when sewing collars, we usually use collar stays. Okay, so when cutting your collar stays, cut exactly with this pattern. Okay, collar stays are usually very thick that you don't need to add any seam allowance. Okay, you only add your seam allowance to your fabric that is already stayed. Okay, but if you don't want to use a collar stay, you can just stitch up. You can just stay your fabric and just stitch up your collar. You still have a good result. Okay. All right, so let me go to my machine right now and run these stitches and bring it for you to see the finished results. All right, you can see what I have now. I have my collar stand and my collar fixed together right now, and I have this area open. Okay, so I'm going to top stitch. I will leave 0.5 inch in order that I will use to fix my shirt. Okay, then I'm going to top stitch all through to this point, just as I did on the collar. All right, so this is all about collars. Thank you very much for watching. Please, I want you to try this collar. Okay, After trying it and sewing it, please, you can post it on Simbright Fashion Academy Facebook page so that we'll see the result of the collar you made. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell, drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.